Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahne, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpix.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick.
We'll start here with the Tigers and the Rays. And
So did this game move around time-wise? Or am I, it was originally like 3, now it's at noon? Or am I wrong on that?
No, I think we've always been at noon. This one's
Okay.
first up for sure. So, okay. I'm sorry I'm hesitating. I'm just still getting a delay from you on the video. Everyone tell me Mindy's video is okay. I can hear you just fine, though. I'm sorry, Mindy. Go ahead. Tigers and Rays. We get our show started here. The Rays are going to be obviously a pretty big favorite here again, minus 220-ish. And the total 7. Oh, the total is now 7.5 under 20. I don't know if I got that wrong, but 7.5 under 20.
Yeah, I mean, the Rays came and surprised me a little bit with what, a 10-run, I don't know, third inning or something. I mean, it was pretty wild. I didn't expect the Rays to come out blasting like that. Tigers still a little woeful on offense. Wentz was 2-0 last season. He had 2.46 ERA, so not terrible. And then, Springs, we know he's been pretty good as well. But I'm going to go under the total. I am not expecting one of those, big innings again here from this Rays team.
All right, Mindy going under here. That gives you. I guess there were some 7 openers, but maybe now mostly 7.5. So let's see here. Get your plays in. Be ready, everybody. Okay, thanks, Scotch. Maybe
Cool.
I should go in and come back. Right? It's too late now.
Right.
Here's Brent. I'll be with Brent today. I'll just lay this run line with the Rays. I don't want to be so crude about a basic hand. When I see 2 left-handers, Mindy, I'm usually thinking under to start. I mean, you could put a lot of analysis into it, but we'll see. I mean, we know Springs, pretty good option for the Rays today. Wentz, we'll see. You mentioned, his lack of experience certainly, and you're facing a Rays lineup here. Zombie says he loves the Rays. I'll go ahead and lay the run and a half here. Probably a pretty popular play. Butterscotch looks to be on it too. John Todd on the Rays. A Nerfy for money line. So, yeah.
So did we get the year fee for the Dodgers yesterday? I think we did. They only scored 5 in that first inning. Goodness.
Yeah, there were some big innings all over a few places yesterday. I want to keep going, but let me just mention. So, talking about a little bit of the rules here. I think the runs are still coming. Right, here's Mindy. Real quick, just to cover this. Right, you got. Look at some of the things Baltimore's doing, right? They've had 2 players go 5 for 5 already. They're the first team in Major League history to ever steal 5 bases in the first 2 games. Now, here's the thing. The distance between where they've measured the bases, I put this in the Discord. I hope everyone understood. The distance from where they measured the bases for the history of time, it's still 90 feet. But because of the positioning and the extra little inch there, home plate to first base 3 inches closer. 3 inches. That's
a lot.
That is a huge, right? We think 3 inches, right?
But I mean, look how many bang bang plays there are, right?
Yeah, and I joke about that, right? I mean, everybody knows I'm joking when I say that, but I mean, just in general, right? It is not because there'll still be bang bang plays. We know that, but 3, and then from first base to second base, it's like 4 1/4, 4 3/4, something crazy like that. So stolen bases. We're going to be back. It's going to be like Vince Coleman's back out there.
All right. I love Vince Coleman from the Cardinals.
I mean, right? I mean, somebody might get 50 stolen, maybe more. We might see specialty guys come back too. Put those oven mitts on. Okay, so the runs are coming again. I just think that the stability of the pitching staffs are as good as they're going to be at the beginning of the season, right? I mean, yeah, the injuries here and there, but you got all your staff ready together and things like that, and then everything starts to fall apart, and the runs will be coming. So we'll see, especially no shift. Look at what these left-handers are already doing to the. Some there's 5 for 6s out there. Just
Yeah, I mean everyone but Bellinger, pretty much.
Trace Thompson, 3 home runs, right? I mean, it's only been 2.5 days of games. Braves and Nationals. Schuster, man, the Braves, they just want, they just bring up another guy who's going to be a stud here. Going up against Gore, he's never materialized into the pitcher that he thought he'd be, but he is here now in the major leagues. But man, this Schuster looks like a pretty good talent.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the way it looks, right? I mean that's a scouting report on him, and again, like you said, Gore, he's been doing nothing but maybe struggling a bit. I kind of expect this game to go probably similar to way it has been. I think we're going to go ahead and go over the total here again today. For what I think in spring training, what was it? Was it Schuster that was at 3.29? So he's been playing pretty well. But I'm still going to go ahead and go over the total today. I think the Nationals are going to be able to get a couple more today than the 1 or 2 they've been putting up.
Yeah, but how many will the Braves put up? I don't know. We'll see.
Willie Mays Hayes here.
Getting some picks in here for the Braves game. I hear you guys are talking about that. It is a lot. Yeah, no doubt about it. So, but I'm going to roll with these guys here for sure. Give me another run line. For now, look, I'm not saying that, some of these are one-sided games yet, but at this point, just not seeing enough from me for the Nationals. TJ on Atlanta is $2, so I'll lay the run line here. Hello to Verley. All right, Mindy. Oops. Mindy's on the over, and I'm on the Braves run line. All right, Orioles and soft tossing Irvin and Houck here, Mindy. The Orioles, they're getting off to these great starts. They obviously have a very susceptible bullpen. The Red Sox keep coming back, but the Orioles find a way. Does it happen today?
That was wild yesterday. That's all I can say. Everything looked like it was just going to go out of the park. It was just insane to watch the game. And I think it was funny because I think it was Scotch that was like, there's a 25-mile-an-hour wind going out. This is going to be like 20 runs. And, they had already had 11 in the third. But yeah, it's the Red Sox are putting an ex-reliever here on the mound. Like you said, Irvin hasn't been, necessarily great. Again, I'm going to expect a lot of runs here. They've done it the first 2 times. I think they can go ahead and get over the total here again today.
Mindy goes over again. Red Sox and Orioles. Don't overthink it, they say. And we're seeing the runs here, and we got some Yerfies going on for sure with the crew. Everyone loves the Yerfie in this one.
Yeah, they haven't disappointed thus far.
Well, I'm going to try Baltimore again for sure. Why not? I mean, I'm getting taken with the dog here. They are smoking with the bats, no doubt about it. I mentioned it. 2 guys so far have had 5 for 5 games for the Orioles. And I mentioned the stolen bases, right? And the Orioles. Did I say it already, Mindy?
Orioles to it. I mentioned or alluded to it.
The Orioles, the first team. This is more to the bases, right? The first team in Major League history to steal 5 bases in the first 2 games of the season. And this is a day and age we don't run anymore.
Right.
So, okay, maybe the Orioles are the fastest team. Maybe they'll upset the record. But that doesn't seem to be an anomaly right now, considering, the confidence base runners can have, getting that extra lead, right? you only get the 3 times to throw over there. Who wants to throw over there anymore anyways? You gotta,
Right. Well, that's like
get
if you're watching Yankees with, Crawford. He's not known as a real big speedster, but geez, he was already about 5 feet off of first, and made it easily to second. I mean, these guys are really just taking advantage, of that, getting those stolen bases.
you can get a rolling start on these pitchers a
Pretty
little
much.
bit because uh, remember they got to throw. They got to throw. They got the pitch clocks here. They no fooling around. Yeah, you could throw over there. What are you gonna do? Just toss it over there?
Pretty much.
I mean, yeah, maybe there'll be some. Look, everyone agrees. I mean, it's like overwhelming. You look at even the old crusty veteran guys from the everyone loves we all love the pitch clock. This is the greatest thing to happen, but the game is changing. Okay. Giants and the Yankees in this one, Mindy. Well, Ross Stripling's found another home with the Giants, and he's going up against Brito here. Another Yankees again. Just keep. Yeah, they've had some good trades. They've had some bad trades. What do you got here in this one with Yankees and Giants?
Well, I mean, I was, a little bit disappointed in the play yesterday of the Yankee outfielders. Stanton just, I don't know, lollygagging after balls with guys just, running around scoring runs. I've never seen anything like it, Ramon. I mean, that was one of those, like, if I was the coach, I'd be like, he's out of here. Like, why is there no hustle? Like, what's going on with the Yankees? I feel like they need to get a little bit of a fire here so far, but I still think they can go ahead and get it done. I do like this new kid here for the Yankees. I'm going to take them here again today. Hopefully, they have a little pep in their step. Maybe, we've discussed the lack of hustle here by the Yankees. Giants are still not great. I'm going to go ahead and take the Yankees here, minus 145.
Yeah, I mean, I was ready to write off the Giants already, but I don't
Same.
know. Maybe the things will work out for the Giants in the end. I'm not saying, they seem like an organization that certainly could, pop up again and turn it around a little bit after the disappointing season last year. It doesn't look like it really on the surface, but with the team they have, but the organization kind of gets those type of players that they can find a little something within. We'll see. So Yankees here looks like a lot of support for the Yankees. Total is that total 8.5 under? I'm on the under here, Mindy, with Yankees and Giants in this one. Mindy is on the Giants. Just worried about laying that price after they ended up losing
Blowing it.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was one of those two that the home plate umpire is having a little bit of difficulty, in this one as well. Missed quite a few, called guys out on a lot of strike threes that were.
Yeah, and we talk about the strike zones coming to. For goodness sake, put the strike. Does anybody here? I watch cricket. You guys know I'm probably I'm a goofball that
All
watches all
sports
those
type of
oddball
guy.
sports, right? Cricket. If you ever watch the cricket, instant replay with how they kind of, because cricket, if you hit the wicket, that's how you get the guy out. And sometimes the guy goes in there, and you gotta you gotta make the contact. If it hits your leg, then they try to determine if your leg wasn't there and doesn't hit the wicket, and they use all the angles and. They can figure out how to work a strike zone and be fair for everybody.
I
Technology's
mean, it's
changing.
already there. I mean, we see it on
Technology,
TV. Yeah.
embrace it, baseball. You've already made the biggest, with all due respect, and I kind of
Reviewing calls was the biggest to me,
well,
though.
Pick Zombies doesn't like the new rule, and everybody knows I don't like the shift. I think that's the one I don't like, but the technology is there to fix all of this. They've already done the great job with the pitch clock. Even though Pick Zombies doesn't like it, the rest of the world likes it. Believe me, everybody but Pick Zombies pretty much likes this pitch clock, and they can do it with the strike zone too and fix all that, and then take the pressure off being such a douchebag umpire. Remember the guy the other night with you were talking about JT Real Muto. Just figuring, the umpire obviously hasn't put the glove ball in my glove yet. He's obviously going to throw it back out there, pull my glove away, and then gets thrown out of the game. You mentioned it the other day, Minnie. Ridiculous. Okay.
Right.
Mets and Marlins. Love you, baseball. I'm sorry. The
Love
Mets and
you.
Marlins here. Senga and Rogers. Well, Trevor Rogers, oh boy, it's uncomfortable, especially against a lineup like the Mets. But we do have an unproven commodity for the most part in Senga.
Well, I mean, I didn't think Trevor Rogers was, too bad last season, but it is one of those unknowns here with Senga. I kind of think the Marlins are going to be able to keep it close here. I'm going to take Marlins on the run line plus 1.5 here, about minus 160. Mets had a little bit more firepower, but to me, it looked like it was a lot more maybe fielding errors and such here from this Miami team. So they need to kind of get their act together defensively. I think they'll get back at it here today and keep this one close.
I'm really having a fun time with Big Zombies. I love that he's old school a little bit, and but that's just we can't. They've had, but we got to go with it, Big Zombie. I'm embracing it, right? We want look. If the fans say to speed up the game, you got to speed up the game. That's just all there, right? If, we can go to the Cape Cod League and watch the games together, and
The Savannah Bananas.
now it's not. We need these guys. We need to be out of those stadiums in 2.5, 3 hours. This is the way to go. Okay, Mindy is on the Marlins here. Well, yeah. Hey, the thing with I don't know this Mets lineup. The Adams on the over here, right? Yeah, we got to put the runner at second base. Has there been an extra inning game yet? You guys, I'm trying to think if there has. I don't know if there has yet. I know it's only been 2.5 days. I don't know if there's been an extra inning yet. All right, let me see here. Mindy's on. Mindy, you hearing me, Mindy?
I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just TJ was saying he was in a 22 inning game. He
Okay.
hit a homer, but he said it was in ninth grade. But I played in
he probably didn't even have a fence. He probably just hit it over a line.
Right. So I played in a 14 inning game in the Women's College World Series. We played 14 innings in that one, and we wound up winning. And it was one of those that it was a 3-2 game, and it was scoreless after the first 7, or I think it might have been 1-1 after the first 7. So yeah, I was like playing 2 games all in one day, and they kept the Burger King open late for us in Emporia, Kansas at the time, because it was like 2 a.m. by the time we got done.
Take the over here with the Mets and the Marlins. If I'm going to sit here and make a diatribe about how games are going to be, how the overs are coming, I guess I'll just take an over here. Mindy's on the Marlins tonight. Pirates and the Reds. Had an interesting series so far. Here's Velasquez and Ashcraft. Reds are favored in this one, $1.35, 9 under 15.
Yeah, Velasquez has not been great historically. 4.78 ERA, 7.36 ERA here versus this Reds team. Geez, I look at how the Reds and Pirates have been really tearing it up. I don't know how I feel about this new, like a Vikings hat, I guess, that the Cincinnati Reds team wears now. I don't know. It's one of those, like, I thought of it to be a little bit odd on like I don't know, the king of the north, but yeah, I mean, I thought it was a little bit funny, but I'm gonna go ahead and go over the total here again. Gonna go over this 9% better.
Hey, that's a consensus play for you and I, Mindy, and percent better likes it over as well with the Europe and the Reds money line. So let's take over. It looks like TJ's on the over as well. Yep, we're still drinking out of that green hose. The water was hotter than the temperature in the air.
Funny.
You had that, you knew you were getting it. You knew you were getting it good when you had that little bit of aluminum hose.
Yeah, like a little bit of metal taste.
Taste the gold. You could taste that metal.
And it always came out hot right at the beginning. And then if you let it run, then it got colder.
Yeah. We're still alive. We're still alive.
Barely.
I think that's the thing.
Right. I told you we didn't have all the fertilizer in the water in the Midwest.
Made us stronger. Maybe we'll all live, forever. Okay, here's so So
I want to be cryogenically frozen. Put a
there is
couple
our
on.
play, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati at the small park. If any park is going to start to see these overs coming. And again, I'm just a feeling to me. Once the pitching starts to flatten out, Mindy, the runs are coming to our game. How can it not? A lot of people are saying that it's going to be there's 50-50. There's a little bit of give back too with the rules that can also reduce scoring in some parts. I don't know. We'll see. Here we go with the White Sox and the Astros. Well, Clevenger had a rough off season. He's got to be on the way out. Here's Astros and Garcia.
I like how you said that under your breath. He's got to be on his way out.
I mean, I don't want him to bring his problems, his off the field problems into it. But here's a guy who really hasn't found any decent form at all since having his arm worked on.
Well, I think I'm still going to go over the total here today. Clevenger, like you said, has issues. Normally about 3.72 ERA, has had that up to about 4.33. I feel like the Astros might be finding their way a little bit, I'm going to go over Garcia. He's been okay, about 3.22 ERA. I'm going to go over this total.
Mindy goes over in the game with White Sox and Astros. Why not? Why not go every total? TJ's on the under, though. Butterscotch is on the over with you. I'll take the White Sox. It says 175 on the screen, but I'm showing down to maybe 160 or lower right now at some places. So I'll take Houston on the money line here in this one. I think that price is fine now. It's not 175.
White Sox or Houston?
Houston.
You're taking. Okay, I thought you said you were taking the White Sox.
I'm sorry. No way would I take the White Sox at this point. I want Houston, just to make it clear. So it says 175 on the screen, but I'm showing as low as a 160 at a lot of spots and even lower at some of the low juice houses. That's getting into the range here where I'm going to try the Astros. See, I almost did say it again on the White Sox. Steam did come in on the White Sox.
Maybe that's what
don't want him at this point today with Clevenger, so I hope there's not any bias on that. I don't think he's I think he'll fall. They fall behind, so I've got to go with Houston. And here's Adam on Houston. Percent better. Houston run line and over, and we saw the other plays as well. Keep it going with the Twins. Like I said, I to me the Twins mean business. I don't know if they're improved over last year at all. Obviously, they might be not. They ended up with Correa and the weird deal, but I don't know if they're as stable or solid as they have been. But they're a big favorite here on the road against your Royals, Mindy, and I think the Twins have looked pretty good so far.
Well, I mean, Keller gives up an absolute ton of runs, so why would we not be on the Twins here today? Ryan's also 4-0 versus the Royals last season here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Twins.
All right, I'm on it with you for take Minnesota here on the road as a favorite. Scotch got the lock on the over. I guess I don't mind that. It's definitely gone up. There were definitely some 8s out there. Moneyline Mills doesn't mind Keller.
I hope he's better this year. I'm a Royals fan.
Which Keller's better, I think, is the question sometimes. Okay. Not much. Let me see. Unless I missed something, not much input here, I think, on that game.
Come on.
Blue Jays and Cardinals. This one's attracted some attention for some excitement. Man, closely rated game here. I'm showing the Cardinals here a favorite, 115, total 8/20.
Yeah, Bassett has that 4.02 ERA there versus St. Louis all time. Montgomery 3.46 ERA, but he's never faced Toronto, so going to be interesting to see. But for me, it looks like the Cardinals are kind of playing a little bit better right now. Maybe have a little bit better bullpen. That's kind of how I'm kind of playing this one out. I'm taking the home team. I'll take the Cardinals here to win the series.
Yeah, I'll take them. I'll take the Cardinals with you in this one. Let's grab them. The Blue Jays, I thought had opened a slight favorite, and today St. Louis is the favorite. Let that to be an indication, possibly the favoritism moving their way. I want the Cardinals and Montgomery today. And it looks like money line says Nerfy in this game, and also percent better Cards and Nerfy here. And yeah, I mean, the fact the total has gone up to Butterscotch says St. Louis.
He doesn't want to root for the Cardinals. Come on, there is a division rivals.
Yeah, I'd probably lean over here. I would think. Oops. Brewers and Cubs. The Brewers with Lauer here against the Cubs. Tyones end up on the Cubs, and he's a favorite today, minus $1.20, 9 under 20.
Well, Lauer went 0-3 in the spring with a 5.56 ERA at Wrigley here. I don't know. I think it's still one of those that neither team for me is still getting much offense done. I'm going to go under the 9 runs here today in this one.
I also am going to go under 9. Was hoping to get the Scotch weather report on this one, but I do prefer the under here with Lauer and Tyone. I want to say hello. I don't know. I think he was talking about the last game, so I don't want to put his comment up on the screen about that total because he might have been talking about the previous game. But I want to say hello, joining us from the Two Old Ladies Network, to Owen Meeks. And nice to meet you, Owen. Good to have you. Looks like you know what goes on here on the morning steam. Thanks for your pick. Cubs fans don't even like picking them. Well, yeah, Cub fans can be the most cynical of when the team's going good and bad. So Butterscotch, our Chicago correspondent, says Cubs. I like that play, but his TJ's on the over in this one, going against us here. Brent lean Cubs, it looks like they're percent better Milwaukee and over. And watch out, Mindy. We're fading the wind here.
Right. They just got to keep their pitches down, Ramon. That's all they got to do.
No about it. But and it's always not a given. But again, talked about a little bit at the season for newcomers. You just look at a total in a Cubs game. If you got a total that's a 9, you're probably looking at wind blowing out. If you got a total, it's 7.5. At this point, until we figure out what's going to happen with these totals. Cubs game an under. All right, Mindy. We're on the under in this one.
Cool.
John's on the Cubs. Angels and A's. The A's, it's too bad they're not very good. I mean, they've got some promising pitching here. We'll see if Waldichuk develops. But here, Anderson, a couple left-handers.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Waldichuk, he was 2-2 last season, 4.93 ERA. Anderson, 15-5, 2.57 ERA. I'm going to predict that there's no 11-run third inning here today. I'm going to go under the 8 runs here in this one.
Okay, I'll be in this one with you. I'll go under 8 runs with the A's and Athletics. Right now, I'm looking, that this one is not an over, even though I want my first inclination is over in everything. Fluke inning, maybe it is. Pick zombies, maybe, but maybe, just maybe, we're gonna. And again, it was against a pitcher. We already talked about how that pitcher was going to likely get in trouble, and it all unraveled. So nobody. Here's a Nerfy here. Percent better A's money line. Nerfy and under money line. Mills Angels money line. Angels keep it rolling. Owen, here we go. Owen Meeks gets his with Angels to win this one, I believe. And Butterscotch on the under here with us. So we got a little under action, but John Todd on the over. And so, to be fair, Mindy, one thing we do make fun of is kind of the underachieving Angels, but maybe we'll get more of those big innings out of them. Maybe they can turn it around just a little bit this season. They're supposed to when you got the.
They got to work to keep Ohtani, Ramon, right?
When you got the great. Well,
I know you guys already said they're on someone else. He's on someone else's bankroll soon, but we'll see.
All right, got another play. All right.
It would be fun to see if he had a whole season with Trout, just to see.
Diamondbacks and Dodgers. In this one, it's another throwback here in Syndergaard, minus $1.85. Where are the Dodgers coming through with these guys going up against Zach Davies? $1.85, 8.5 over 20.
Well, I mean, you kind of got two veteran pitchers here finally. I think that they're going to be in better form than what the other Diamondbacks pitchers have been. I'm going to go ahead and go under the total here in this one. Oh.
All right. We're going against the
Scotch
Lock.
Going
against the Scotch Lock. Hey, maybe we're not totally in sync on the whole crew here early in baseball season, but I think that's going to happen. This is baseball. You guys, I'll take the man. What am I going to do with this one? I'll just have to lay the Dodger run line again. Why not? Come on, the Dodgers. Maybe Syndergaard will work out for the Dodgers. All right, not much comment on that one. I'm going to keep rolling. Mindy's on the under, and I'm on the Dodgers on the run line. Oh, here's a few. Trout hit a home run. Jamal's here today, Dodgers and under. And Butterscotch said Davies had a horrible spring. Furley says lay the run line all year. He's got a big year coming for the Dodgers again. JT says Freeman as well as Trout. Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's okay.
Right.
All right, Mindy. Padres finally won one. Still down on their situation here, but here's Lugo. He comes over from the Mets. He wanted to be a starter. Mets said, not so much. Goes to the Padres. Wasn't even going to be a starter necessarily, but the Padres have so many games. They're going to the rare 6-man rotation, so Lugo's found a spot start here.
Yeah, and Gomber hasn't been exactly great. I was kind of impressed with the Padres, though. I mean, they let the Rockies get back into that game a couple different times. We're still able to go ahead and get the victory. So, I mean, to me, it looks like there's maybe a little bit of life. I'm hoping the Padres have woken up some. I'm going to go ahead and take the Padres here on the run line today. I think they're going to get back into form, or at least I hope so. So I'm going to take them -1.5.
All right. Yeah, that was scary the way that the Rockies, continued to kind of hit the Padres pitching. I mean, the Padres cannot take it for granted at this point that they're in any position to, slow the Rockies' bats. They come in and mash the ball. So why won't it happen again? I'll take the over in this one, over 8 runs with the Rockies and the Padres. I think the Padres here, we got a % better Padres run line and with a Yurfee. Brent Cook wants the Rockies again. We already saw Butterscotch on the over. And Padres. One of the funny things that happened, Mindy, I don't know if you saw, I was on a little tweet storm, of course, yesterday with the Aztecs winning, but the Padres were just about to take the field. The starting lineups were getting announced, and while the Rockies were being introduced, that's when the game-winning shot, which was being played live on the monitors at Petco Park, drowned out the starting lineups because everybody was going crazy watching
Yeah.
the game-winning shot at Petco Park. Not
Fun.
saying that the fans were already fired up a little bit, but maybe the Padres got a little bit of momentum from the crowd yesterday.
Yeah, I'm kind of more bullish, I think, on the Padres right now. Um, gosh, it's one of those things. Like, I think, some of this is, just, getting your feet wet a little bit.
Yeah, just want to see the pitching,
The rotation through.
Right. Remember, Yu Darvish hasn't even made a start yet. Neither has Joe Musgrove. So even though they're 1-2,
Yeah, I don't believe there's reentry in Major League Baseball, right?
no, unless you go out and play right field or something. Guardians and Mariners here. The Mariners $1.15, 8 over 15.
Well, Quantrill 3.38 ERA, Gonzalez 4.13. Guardians haven't been historically good versus the Mariners, but I think I got to stick with the Guardians here today. Mariners just been a little bit woeful on offense themselves. Maybe it's a little bit of some, early day jitters, but I like the Guardians here today. They just have been the ones that have a little bit of pop in their bats this year. I mean, they're putting them out of the park.
They're off to a pretty good start. I'll take them with you. Let's take the Guardians one more time here, minus $1.05 or so against Gonzalez and the Mariners. Maybe some runs here on both sides, I would think. But with the way the Guardians are starting off, let's roll with that. A percent better on Cleveland, butterscotch on Cleveland. This looks like it's already going with consensus feel here. Brent Cook on Cleveland. Burley wants to go under the Mariners and the Guardians. But I don't mind it if it were the Marines Guards. That'd be cool
Marine
too.
cards, yeah. Right. Funny.
I know we just had the auto
Or
correct
the
going there, but I like that.
correct, yeah.
I like that. All right, we're on the Guardians. Okay, last baseball. We're not doing bad. Let's get Phillies here with Falter and Perez, couple left-handers here. This is the nationally televised night game. Like old school, the Rangers playing those Sunday late games.
Yeah, I feel like I just have to stick with the Rangers, I guess. The Phillies bullpen has been awful. I mean, what's a worse word for like terrible? But I'm going to go ahead and take the Rangers here, minus 115.
All right, Mindy taking the Rangers with Perez. In this one, slight favorite. I'll take the under with Philadelphia. I know what you're saying. Yeah, maybe Philly's been giving it up. There have been hitting these bullpens a little bit, but it's what is it? No, it's not 8 under 25. 8 and I think I know. I'm listed. I want to make sure that might be a typo. I don't know if it was ever 8 under 25. Yeah, 8.5. Let me at least fix that one. That might not be. I'm going to take under, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm cheating the line or anything.
Flipping the books.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's 8.5 pretty much everywhere. 8.5 under 15 or so. I'm going under, so I just want to make that clear.
So they're not going to average, 13 runs again here today?
Well, they might, but I don't know.
Just the Rangers.
Well, that's what worried me when I had 8 under, because I wasn't going to go under 8, actually. You can grade me at under 8. I don't have a problem with that here on the Free Picks Rapid Fire Rundown show. But 8.5, so line you'll find everywhere, and I'll go under 8.5. That's where the steam came in, so I'm going to just roll with the marketplace here today. All right, let's get in. Oh, let me get your plays here in the chat. Yeah, percent better, thanks. Yeah, definitely 8.5. And Butterscotch says Texas offense, so he likes it over when blown out. Here's Brent on the Rangers. Texas first 5 for JT. And Owen Mindy had the Marlins. I had the over. Okay, here we go. Burley's on the over as well. Oh, thank you, Mindy.
Yeah.
Justin Millage here today. Good to see Justin.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.